Hello there, what's the story, what's the crack, how are you all keeping? This is the PandaPuncher. Yes, PandaPuncher, welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4, and we are Czechoslovakia at the moment. Eventually we shall be Fascist Czechoslovakia, because that is our overall goal. Become fascist, join the Axis, and have just a barrel of laughs. So, what do we want to do now? Can't really do anything with this because of war tension and all that lovely stuff. I do like the idea of getting a political power gain, because there isn't anything really jumping out that I want, so... Division attack, defense, writ. We'll go for equipment designer. Sure, why not? We've lots of factories. So production, we still have no docks, obviously, because we don't have a we don't have a coast. Not in training yet because it's just not feasible right now. And yeah, things are just very, 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 very slowly getting done. At the moment, we really aren't doing a lot. We did swap a few units over to mountain divisions, but again, balanced industry is complete. So do we want this? That'll give us a couple more civilian factories and infrastructure. Or do we just... yeah, let's go for German appeasement. How is the fascist support going here? Fascists are up to 17%. And they're growing every day. And once you get up to 35%, that gives us the ability to check fascism. And yeah, which just grants even more fascist support. And eventually, you know, we'll be able to be exactly what we want. Oh, that means we have the... so we're not going to go down the German puppet route. That's just crazy. Check it's still a German partner. Mechanical computing is complete. That's ahead of time, so we don't need to worry about it. Going to go for excavation so we can get a wee bit more research out of our own territory. Let's see now. What do we want to jump onto next in terms of tech? Yeah, we'll get the boost to the artillery. Makes sense. So does we just don't have the resources at the moment to deal with too much. I mean, we're not too little on a lot. We have a lot of steel. We're exporting quite a bit, which is fine. But eventually at some point we want to keep that and then find sources of all the other materials we want. I would like to, in some sort of push with the German Reich, we'll take a look at that in a second, to take over this region, the Urals and, you know, around Stalingrad and that kind of stuff, because I'm pretty sure there'll be some oil fields around here. Is there a resource map? Where is it? Resource map. Yeah. I want to take... ooh, okay. So, very important that we grab here. That is a lot of oil. So that should be one of our first targets. And then if we in a push against the Soviet Union, we want to take this section, because look at the amount of oil we'll grab here. We'll also have chromium, bunch of tungsten, which we're also short on right now. And yeah, eventually we're going to get short on rubber. Eventually, you know, at the end of the day, this is rubber land. So we're always going to be short in it, but hopefully by then we'll have taken so many civilian factories we can afford to have a bit of trade going on. So, division attack, defense, recovery rate, naval maneuver, army regrouping, air superiority, combat, army logistics. Reduce our attrition is probably the best thing we can do right now. Don't think we'll do that just yet. We'll grab this. So we shall. And... yeah, now we're up to 12 factories from a few of those things that we were looking at. And can I just go back to normal mode, please? There we go. So things should start getting built a little bit quicker. Hopefully. One would like to think so anyway. And yeah, we could add something else to our units here. We've got 10 points. And let's see, we could add the... field hospital or recon company is good. We don't have the field hospital. Well, I was just about to say we don't have the field hospital unlocked yet. But now we do. So if we go back, there we go, field hospital. The number one thing I am worried about is the lack of manpower we simply have. So research slot available now. Logistics company. What does it do again? Having special logistic officers among your ranks will ensure that support networks are levers to minimize waste. Okay. We will eventually want MPs, but not right now. We will want some anti-tank tech because we will be going against the Russians and they have all their T-34s. Missing equipment and production is motorized, so let's actually fix that. You'll eventually want 3 for now, but we are pretty good on that and that, so let's tone that one down a bit so we can get some token motorized being produced. And yeah, once again, it's just that very slow early part of the game where not a lot is going on unless you're either a smaller nation or you've got some early war goals. Like I think if you're Yugoslavia, you can do some fun stuff pretty early on. Obviously as Italy you can. France, I wouldn't even want to play as France, to be honest. Never. But I would like to possibly try Poland sometime and see if you can hold out against both the might of Russia and Germany. So local specialization. Building slots, again, not too fussed on that at the minute. We could send... Nah. That's... Ooh, access to the sea. If we get German technology, that means land doctrine research time is -5%, and air doctrine research time is -5. Again, nothing too crazy. Can't get this shit until we have 35 days, or 35% fascist support. So really, we'll go with this one for now. Production. You're up to 14. Hindenburg incident. How terrible. Once the factory's done, we have a full stack of 15 doing what we need to do. And yeah, what's the research like at the moment? So not long to the interwar artillery pops, and yeah, fascism is up at 26%, another 9%. By the time, actually, we're going to have this thing pop a couple of times before the fascists are at the relevant support levels. Details. Can't grab that yet. We are going to want that. But is it necessary right now? Not so sure. Let's get the radio. Radio will be important eventually anyway, so why not? Why not? Army offense, attack, defense, and we'll go for recovery route. I think it's more important that our divisions, you know, as quickly as... Why is everybody being attritioned? Is this because of the terrain and stuff? Or lack of supply? I really don't get it. Again, I know how to play the game, I'm just not too sure of all the intricacies. We shall grab... We shall actually grab that land doctrine now. So we shall boost the troops we have, because that's our only option. Manpower is slowly dropping. And Amelia Earhart circumnavigates the globe. So this is like one of the very first cases of the game where something goes contrary to how it did in history. We still haven't had the leadership purges, that's fine, we've got that. We haven't had the Anschluss yet. We haven't had the Spanish Civil War, which I'm surprised with. Very surprised. But anyway, so we get 50% research bonus for armor, research bonus for that. Let's go for infantry equipment, and fascists up to 29%. 21 days to get our improved. I guess actually no, that's the anti-tank. Yes, that's what it is. Okay. You know what? What we could do is select half the current divisions, split into another army. I want to give you this guy. I know they're both field marshals, but we'll take a look at that in a second. You, good sir, are going to set up a front here with an offensive line of Bucharest. And yeah, that's fine. You are going to border Poland with an offensive line focusing more towards, you know, here. So you may as well get dug in, prepped and all that fun stuff. This essentially is our war plan at the minute. Push with the Nazis this way, grab this oil down here as quickly as possible, gain access to an ocean, and maybe start thinking about some navy tech, which would be lovely at some point. So it is 1937. I should have been doing this stuff. I forgot completely. That's pretty poor form on my end. So it is, but oh well, these things happen. I mean, it's pretty far into 37. I've been focusing on all the wrong things. I'm probably going to take a hit for that at some point. I'm not going to grab anything with the you know, we can grab stuff with the political power. Something else I'm thinking of. Political power again. Airbase, nuclear reactors, not really important. Division recovery rate. I will get army regrouping. Why not? Why not? How long now until this is done with? A couple of days, and by then the fascists still won't have artillery advancement. We're just ahead of time penalty by 100%, or get a 50% research bonus if not ahead of time, valid for the next one researches of these technologies that support artillery. We may want to consider that, but I think it's about time we sacrifice the Sudetenland. Get that harsh little thing over and done with. Marco Polo Bridge incident. Fair enough. I mean, I would sit and read these things, but I really, you know, as someone who studied history at various different levels, it's just boring. So it is. Support anti-tank. Yeah. And I know we don't have any anti-tank in production, but we'll queue it up anyway. Give you 3, and that'll do the job. We won't have anything for quite some time yet. Let's get back over here and start working on the tech that we should have been researching. Idiot. Fascist coup d'etat. That's fine. That is fine. So up to 32%. Need that 35 to get the Czech fascism. Ooh, the fascists are in power. Our leader is now Jaroslav Krajcik. I probably butchered that name, but you know, to be expected. Obviously no elections, and it gives us a wee bit more, a few more options. November 1937, we finally have the Spanish Civil War. That's, you know, impressive. So we could send some troops over and get a bit of combat experience, but to be honest, I'm not too fussed. It'd be different if we were Italy or Germany or something. Then we would have, you know, like enough stuff to actually throw at them. Oh, details, that's fine. Okay. Czech fascism, can't start it yet. We could become a German puppet, but that's just silly. Absolutely silly. I do like the idea of grabbing the increased artillery. Especially that minus 100 ahead of time penalty. But for now we'll get this. So we shall. Research slot is available. And construction 2, improve that construction speed. Japan has declared war on Thing. They can ask no more surely. Conflict in China. Italy announced claims on Yugoslavian territory. And that is fine. So we've lost the Sudetenland. Which is fine. We will have lost... and since we are fascist, we do have a name change, folks. We are the Bohemian Empire. No longer do we have Czechoslovakia. We are the Bohemian Empire. And we shall rename this front for now as... yeah. B-O-H-E-M-I-N Empire East Front, because we're looking east. I know it's a long name. Shush, I just wanted to type Bohemian Empire and I hope it didn't misspell it. So we're the Bohemian Empire, and yeah, I love games that allow you the option to have name changes, because there's a lot of countries where depending if you go complete communist or fascist or dictatorship, or not dictatorship, democracy, the names can change. And I think you can if you actually play as Hungary, you can recreate the Austro-Hungarian Empire, which is also a very fun thing to do. But we're the Bohemian Empire, and we shall take over the world eventually, with the help of our German allies. It's a shame we had to sacrifice the Sudetenland, because it is quite a decent region to hold. So, what are we looking for now? We can't really change any of that. Ooh, okay. Because we're fascist, we don't have to wait to actually be at a war to go for a wartime economy, which is fantastic. But I think, see, we can't do that until more than 20% of Bohemian Empire total number of factories. So we can, okay, we change our mobilization. Not going to war economy, we're going to go to partial mobilization. So that means the next time around we'll be able to change our economic focus and keep a lot of more resources here. Luckily we didn't lose any civilian factories, or maybe we just had quite a few coming through the... you know what, we don't... I'm sure... there's probably a quicker way of Xing these away instead of just doing it one by one, but alas, that's what we have. I want to get some military factories on the go here. So one more in each, and then in the regions where we couldn't have one more, we'll do that. And then we'll focus on increasing the infrastructure, which should give us more ability to build more buildings. It'll increase the total number of building slots a region can have. That's the main benefit of... I think that's how it works. Maybe I completely got that one wrong too. Again, all my knowledge of this game comes solely from watching Quality Team play and the 2 or 3 games that I've done myself. I've never been... I've owned a lot... Not a lot. I've owned every Hearts of Iron game, but never played 3. Owned it, never played it. Owned this one for a long time, didn't play it for a hell of a long time. So the Anschluss has happened. So Austria is now part of Germany. And yeah, we have got a lot of German border. Luckily, we don't intend to have to ever defend it. And now we can get Czech fascism. So we can. And... oh, I didn't realise our country flag had changed. Look at that, that's pretty cool. So what was it that just happened there? Yes, so we're going to get Czech fascism. And that gains the national spirit, so even more fascist support. Aggressive wars, which means we will be able to, you know, it limits the amount of time we need to spend justifying a war goal. We could then go for Czech consolidation. Gets event the Slovak rebellion. I don't like that. Reinforcement rates and division recovery rates, and German ally. I think that's probably, you know, we're going to, out of these 2 options, we're going to go down this line, but we're definitely going to grab aggressive wars at some point. Definitely. World tension is 34%, so things are about to go down. Hungary secures Romanian support for rearmament. Without consulting us, the Romanian government has signed a treaty with Hungary altering or removing the restrictions to the Treaty of Trianon. Hungary is now allowed to rearm freely and develop all manners of military equipment, including tanks and planes. While it has been an open secret that Hungary has been expanding its army, the new agreement will soon bring them to the point where they could be a military threat to us once again. So we could launch a diplomatic protest, which means the Kingdom of Hungary's opinion of us would will be lowered, and they get the event the Bohemian Empire issues note of protest, or we could follow the Romanian lead. And let's just be a crybaby and just lodge a diplomatic protest. Because fascists believe heavily in diplomacy and all that fun stuff. Don't care for that right now. I do care for this, so we'll grab that. Production. Again, not a lot we can do at the moment until things start happening. Which probably shouldn't be too much longer. I mean, this is going to happen soon. Romania will be putting some troops on the front here, which is irritating. Details. Let's go and grab. It's 0.8 years away. We don't want radar. Just not that we don't want it. We just don't need it just yet. We could get some of this stuff. It's ahead of time. That's where you get the 50% off. So this cavalry is a bunch of soft attack, and this is just a lot of everything. So I'm going to grab this one. Because why not? Why not? We can modify our government once again, and this is where we can change our economy. We want to change it to, because at the minute we're export focused, which means 50% of our resources go to market. Limited exports means only 25% go. And that means more for us. Less value through trade, but more stays with us, which is what we want right now because we don't have a lot of stuff. It's got 19 factories on the go. Again, no military factories yet, but soon enough. We've got some starting to be built. I mean, we could have got a few extra through various different choices here. I think we could have got military factories if we had... Nope. Is there no military factory ones in this? Possibly not. Indian National Congress triumphs in provincial elections, and we got our Czech fascism, so we can now pick. We can't get this. More than 50% support for fascists, that's fine. Arms exports, production efficiency growth. See, this just gives us fortification focus. And, I mean, the only ones I would want out of this are Polish line and Hungarian line. But that means getting a whole pile of Sudetenland fortification. So we don't control the Sudetenland, and we're not going to get it. We could get rid of that. Yes, that makes a lot of sense. Get rid of this debuff. Makes a lot of sense. And now we can... What do we want to grab? There's nothing... I mean, we're not producing any tanks yet, so it's not really important. So, on that note then, let's grab... You know what? No, we don't want AA. We don't want... Do we want a light tank self-propelled gun? Just seems a bit pointless. So it does. I mean, very pointless. So radar it is. Research. And yeah, we ran over my, intended 20-minute mark. So again, not a lot has changed. We've actually lost territory. We've given this dead land to the Nazis, and we've become fascist ourselves. So we are now the Bohemian Empire. Long live the Bohemians. And our overall plans remain the same. We've got plans in place to help with the Polish push whenever that comes about, and then we'll set about setting our focus on Romania as well. I'm grabbing that oil, but yeah, it's going to have to wait until the next video because this one is over. So please go away until next time, folks. Good luck and goodbye.